Well, we can address it with the chef. He's the one who creates the menus. They do have standard residential menus that work on a 4-week cycle. So you will see some repeats in entrees. You're never going to have, if you had every day of the year is going to be a different entree. That's a general, any place you go that has a food service, they have a cycle menu. So that might be something that you're seeing, something that's cycling more often that you maybe don't like, or that could be one aspect of it. As far as the food quality every day it's prepared fresh in the morning. It's not like there are maybe some things like a baked ziti that had from the day before, but every entree is prepared fresh every day. So I could, again, we can talk to the chef. The ingredients come from a warehouse, a Cisco warehouse that distributes to all over the country. So the food quality, I myself don't see it, but maybe if you're looking for particular items, that's a request we can put in. If you want more fresh fruit and you're not seeing that, or if you feel it's gone down, it's something we can address with the chef. And as far as the retail side, the menu items are pretty static there. They don't change as frequently, obviously, but you have more venues to choose from. Well, the price comparison I do with local places, and I try to do it apples to apples, meaning that if it's 3 chicken fingers with 3 chicken fingers there. I know the steak subs at the grill are less expensive. I've ordered out from some of the places that were definitely a better value. People might not always feel that it's a better value, but you also have to look as a meal plan. If you're using flex dollars or you're using meal plan dollars, you are not paying New York State taxes because it's a concession. You're not paying that, so that's also a benefit to you that people don't realize when they're buying on campus. If you're using your flex or your meal plan dollars, you're avoiding the 8.75%. Like if I ordered right now from Jim's Steakout, I'd have to pay that price plus the tax, probably for delivery as well, unless I had a car. So, we try to provide the best value. Obviously, it's a large operation. There's costs involved in that as well.
First thing is, when students leave, it's their responsibility to update whoever, vendors, mail subscriptions, family and friends of their current addresses, if there's an address change. So if those are done, the mail shouldn't be coming. But most students don't update their addresses, or people don't get the updated information. So the campus mailroom will get the mail and send it based on where they see it to be addressed to. So in terms of the mailroom, there is nothing that I can see them doing to stop forwarding the mail if it's correctly addressed. So they're going to address it to the particular building. In terms of the ones who are no longer there, if they're changing still on campus, we can see if they have sorted or mailed, change rooms. But short of going to the actual building and the mail person indicating that person is not here, there's not likely for any one person in residence life office or anywhere to go through the mail for 10 residence halls on a daily basis to sort out who is or isn't here. That's really the job of the mail person. That's why we have them.
Okay. The copiers were moved to the main information commons room, and I believe we announced that at one of these meetings. We apologize for the drilling and all the noise. The construction is on schedule. It's supposed to be completed in May. Unfortunately, you won't be able to use the new Quiet Study Quad this semester, but it will definitely be operational for fall, and it should be open in the summer. That's when we'll be moving in the furniture and the computers. This is in response to surveys and just plain old complaints that the library is too noisy and that Study Quad is too small. So we're doubling the size of Study Quad by creating a quiet Study Quad on the other side of what used to be that copier lounge. The copier lounge will be the new entrance to the 24/7 Study Quads, The vending machines will be there. There are going to be some flat screen TVs as well. We'll have some digital signage and CNN, and then hopefully some campus feed where students can contribute to the content of one of the flat screen TVs. So it should be a great 24/7 spot where you can actually get refreshments, have a place to enter, have a refreshment, talk to your friends. One person likes to study in a noisy area. I'm a noisy person. I used to come to the student union to write papers. Noisy people go to what is currently the study quad. People who like nice and quiet will go to the quiet study quad side, where we are going to enforce quiet. There's also a new and improved assistive technology center for students with various special needs. It'll be very nicely wheelchair accessible with the right kind of furniture. It will also have the specialized software that some students use. And there's also going to be a presentation room with a flat screen TV so that you can get together to practice PowerPoint presentations and see how they'll display and critique as a group. So we're trying to incorporate some of the things that students have been telling us they want. And it was originally supposed to open about now. They changed the schedule to have it be completed through construction by May, and that schedule is holding, so we should be done in May, then we'll move in.
In terms of the fees, unfortunately, like everything else, there's a cost doing business that constantly goes up, and we are held to that same situation. Unlike other parts of the campus, the residence life is self-sufficient. So the money that generates our operating budget comes from student room revenues. So our cost for doing business goes up. We pay for heating, utilities, the quote-unquote mortgage and all the halls. As those go up, that cost has to be, encumbered somehow, and that unfortunately means increase in student room rates. In terms of the computers, we're constantly working on addressing. I know there's at least a lab in each of the buildings. In terms of the towers, we don't have very large labs. Most systems are bringing their own computers. We try and rotate them out at least once every 2 years or so, if not more often, in terms of the computers. If they're not working, please let us know. We'll have our staff try and check to make sure. In terms of printers for all the labs and lounges, that's probably the biggest expense and the biggest problem. Because right now, to put a printer in each of the labs, the problem is when it breaks down, there's no way for us to know that it's not broken until it's notified. Then we have to go through a process with computer services for them to notify them. So, and we have that problem with other labs that we have where there's a printer at that. So we will continue to provide labs with computers, but in terms of printers, I can ask our program analysts to look more into that as a possibility. That's a problem that had run into the past.